step over the knee, and then a butterfly, and then passing. So I want to keep going with that, and then add sequences so that these things start attaching together. And so this is how we left off. Okay, the guy's on his back. You just either drove in, and now you knock him down. This is where you are. Okay, we're working off a sport pass, but I just want to get into the habit of where we are right now. Okay, so pretty simple. So people haven't seen it before. All I'm doing is I'm this, right? I know that you want to put this leg behind here. I get it. And then you want to step over, and we'll get there. But let's first do this. We're here, and we just drove down. And now you're like this. He's butterflies. I'm trying to get a body lock or some form of it. I'm going to wedge one knee down, okay? So all I'm going to do is this. I'm going to step over one kneecap, okay? The moment I'm here, this is what I am. He's got butterfly, and I'm standing over one kneecap. My hand position's here. We left off in the last class, and then I'm going to transfer my head as high up as possible because I would love to put this butterfly in also. So he's got a butterfly. I want to counter with a butterfly too. So we're like this. The moment, I want to just point something out. Don't take this hand out and lock that head and arm up yet. Okay, do not lock that up. I know some people are going to take this hand out and come up here like this. Keep the hand there because in case I knee cut this way, I don't need this as a far side underhook that now potentially is coming to my back. Okay, so we're here like this. Okay, I drive up, put my head down, and I butterfly also. And now we're even Steven with butterflies. I'm like this. He's got butterfly, I got butterfly. Okay, so on the last class, how we left off, my head's here. And I said that, hey, only thing I'm going to do is just give myself a little bit of a push-up position. Then I just want to clear my kneecap over to the other side. So I'm just going to make enough spacing to bring this knee to this side. Okay? You could use this hand to clear this kneecap. I'm going to say no at this point, only because I'm going to say that he's a really good big player. And now if I go step this kneecap down here, and he's really big, he's going to lift me up in the sky. Lift me, Paul, this way. Yeah, and now I'm getting dumped over, and he's going to use that far side elevator to dump me over, right? Because I just took that base out, and he's lifting me up and stuff. So I'm like this. Let me have that butterfly. I just countered. My head position's here. All I'm doing is making a little bit of an opening to slide my knee to this side. I never left him, okay? Earlier I told you about if you take this hand and put it here, and now I'm sliding through and he's coming behind me, and that's not going to go well. So that's why I said earlier, don't take that hand out. Leave it down there. It was there anyway, okay? So all we're doing is stepping over. We're driving our skull to the top quadrant up here. Butterflying, we're butterfly for butterfly now, okay? Only thing I'm doing now, my hand positions were underneath your armpits. All I'm doing is elevating myself enough. I'm not picking my head up. I'm just elevating myself enough to slide this knee to this side. And now I can finish off the pass. Very simple, okay? That's how we're going to start for about 5 to 10 minutes before we add some sequencing to this. Let's do it, guys. And butterfly. If you were 2 behind 1, why would you butterfly? Like, I don't want to point out who's doing it, but a couple of people are doing this. And like, you're 2 behind 1. You're 2 behind 1. Just drop this kneecap over and backstep. Why would you butterfly? I mean, that would make, you're not, like, you just cleared him. Like, this is to address it. Then I see some people clearing the kneecap, right? And then they're coming here, and they're like this, right? And you just stepped over. If you don't get your head all the way up here, how are you butterflying this? You're only butterflying. So I see people doing this. They're coming here, their head's here, and the guy's staying still for you. So you're able to do this. How you could barely sit on your insteps, and now you're going to tell me you're going to butterfly that thing like that? No way. So how am I not getting because later on, like when you get really good hips and the swivels and you get your timing right, I'm freaking throwing these legs left and right. I'm going to tripod up on that thing, and I don't care how you move. I'm going to flip my hips or left, right, swinging them all over the place to clear you. So all I did was this. And now you barely can sit on your insteps, and how are you going to get this? So at this point, I'm all the way up because I don't know how's my play out. Maybe I can clear this over the top. Maybe I can clear it out from the outside. But I know that if I get my body here, I can start getting really high up, that I can go left, right, butterfly, clear. I can go all over the place on you. And I got inside grips. And I got a tripod, and I'm gonna flip somewhere left, right, all over the place. I'm gonna make you try to chase me and figure out where I'm going. And I'm trying to feel you too. Because all you got is a butterfly, and I got an inside butterfly here that I can cut this left or right on you. And all you got is one elevator to throw me here, and you got no head control. You got nothing on me. So unless you're so much bigger than you, I'm about to pass you, right? My percentages are really dictated in my favor right now. Maybe I don't get it, maybe, right? But I really got to highlight. This is not going like we're 50-50 at this. I'm like 85, and you got 15% chance. And you better be so big and strong that you're 6'3" and I'm 5'8", and you got this butterfly that's like literally your legs are like 7 feet high, that you're gonna collect me on that butterfly when I try to clear you. Because if we're even Steven on this, like near height wise, and like you're really in a bad spot, right? So get into this habit, because I just told you, if you don't put that head down, how are you even gonna get to the next stage of learning how to flip your hips? And then how are you gonna get this butterfly? You're not, right? And now let's go something a little bit deeper. I see some people trying to knee slide left and right off before they have anything, right? So all you had was this. You just stepped over, and I have this goal of driving up because I want to get super light. That's the essence of flow passing, right? That you bring your body line so high up, and now you're floating the lower half. That's what flow passing is. And I drove up, and I'm here. Okay, and I wanted to butterfly this guy here, and I get it, and I'm here, right? I don't have a goal of picking myself up and doing this and driving straight over. I have one goal. I have one goal of putting my knee on this side of the mat. That's it. And then I'll worry about the pass after, right? But don't get into this habit that you're going to be here, and you're going to just drive this thing down the middle. And now he's got a butterfly that you're just sitting on top of him like that. He's going to throw you sometimes. Not all the time. But get into the habit of cutting it and laying it here, right? My goal was to face my kneecap. And my real goal is to sit the hip and face that knee this way. Because I'm going to sit so heavy on the hip that I can really, he's going to be hanging on down here. He doesn't want to get finished off on a pass. So get into the habit that if I told you everything before, where I'm tripoding and swiveling, and I can't do that from here. And now I'm going to use him as a tool. So head basing, I'm clearing, okay? I would love to be able to add something to this. How we took it from last time was off of a sprawl pass. So this is the dynamic of it. I come here, and what ends up happening is that I know you want to step over, but if he's really tall, you're not going to beat him on the step over. And now he's squeezing. I got to take this in a different direction, and I'm trying to sprawl it. I would have loved to have sprawled and went, and at this angle, come over the top, right? Because now I lowered the leg, and I want you to do the move. But what's going to happen is, earlier I just started about 3 or 4 minutes ago, I told you, like, if you're 2 behind 1, why would you do the move? It made no sense, right? But now I go into sprawl, and what's going to happen is a lot of times they're going to follow you with this hook. So I'm asking you to do 2 different things at this point. I'm asking you to still drill the move, but what's going to happen at this point, if I come here on the sprawl, Paulie a lot of times will follow you with this hook, and they're going to give you different looks now. So now you compare them with 2. If he kept the hook and you see the opportunity to collect, you run up the line. But what's going to happen is I go sprawl, I go here, and now I'm here, and it didn't work out for me. I'm like this. And now Paulie follows me with this hook that I was trying to release. Paulie followed me. And I'm like this, trying to collect this. There's a perfect time to just lift up and clear and come right back up, right? Because if you understand what's going to happen is he's on a tight butterfly. So when you hit that sprawl at this angle, I'm looking to step over this kneecap because I couldn't push it down. I couldn't clear it because he was so high up. And I'm here trying to go, oh, yeah, I can't step over this thing. It's so high up in the air. Paulie, stay on the hook. I'm here trying to clear, and I can't. So I go on a sprawl, I go kick out, and I go, and now we're here, and I'm going, I have an option. I can run up this line right now, or I can slam this thing out of the way and clear. If I clear, okay, because you got to pair them together. Really, the sprawl is going to, if the guy's not very good, and he doesn't know how to follow, you're going to sprawl and going to end up 2 behind 1, and that leads us to the first one, okay? But if the guy's really good, he's going to follow that hook really tight on you. I know it's a weird position. I know it's really difficult because the bottom player's got to give you the right look. You got to get the right sprawl. But if you don't do it, you won't understand how to pass people that are really good. And now they're collecting their hooks and you're not changing the angles. It's the same principle of flare passing. I come like this and now I'm in a flare driving this thing through. And if you come on this angle, now I come back the other way. It's the same principle. All I'm doing is changing the perch of where I'm looking at this 45 to get you to react. I'm gonna go sprawl, step over, run, butterfly, clear. On the second one, on the sprawl, what's gonna happen is, go slow. I go kick out and I land like this. And I'm figuring out which way to go. If I have opportunity to get to this outside ligament, I take it right away. So the moment it's either gonna be like this, and I'm like this, I just sprawl, no big deal. If I see an opportunity to drop that on a smash, take it. I'm gonna ask you, don't backstep. I know you're gonna feel this like, oh, go to backstep. He's gonna go up on the shoulder too quick. Run the line that way. So your first reaction is, I take command and I run up this way. I know you want to backstep. I know you're gonna feel like this. He's gonna go on a backstep, he's gonna go up on the shoulder, and he's gonna clear in 2 seconds. So take command of it. That the moment I hit that sprawl, that's why I was so picky about you guys learning how to sprawl. Okay, if you end up 2 behind 1, it sets up the angle to go so many different other directions. I can cut the middle, everything's exposed at that point because I hit the sprawl hard, right? So hit the sprawl, you're stepping over on the second one. I know it's not gonna look too pretty for some. You're gonna smash it, but I'm gonna ask you don't backstep because he's gonna go up on the shoulder, so I wanna take that away from him. So the moment you hit the sprawl, you're like this, and if you're not sure how to sprawl, I'll keep it really simple for some. If you're not sure how to sprawl, and I was telling you this whole thing about you couldn't step over, and he knows you're trying to push this down, and you're trying your best, what he'll do is he'll compress your rib cage even tighter. Because if he knows you're trying to put this thing in, he's gonna do this. He's gonna squeeze me. So the moment I come out of the pocket, I can push him out and run the line again, right? So you can play it a lot of different ways. If you keep hitting that sprawl or keep trying to press it down, he's gonna pinch on your rib cage. Just pop out of the pocket and clear really quick, but don't backstep it. Run the line up to the top and then backstep it. Okay, guys, let's partner up this, right? And you're like this. And then what ends up happening is sometimes they're pushing you and jamming you up, and now this hand comes up, and I just told you before, if this hand was on top here, and I go cutting like this, like I'm here on this butterfly, and I'm gonna stay up, I wouldn't be doing it like this. Normally I'd be low, my head's on the mat right there, and I'm coming this way, and now he's coming behind me, and I get it. You might say to me, oh, I'm gonna go on a scarf hold. This is no gi, dude. This is no gi. Like they're gonna break that grip, they're gonna come up too quick on me, and now he's wet, and I'm the smaller player, and you're gonna tell me you're gonna be on a scarf hold, and you're 4 minutes into this fight, and your hands are sweating, and this guy's got these big arms, like you ain't holding that position, no way. And now if I've described it, you're gonna be so turned on that. And now this isn't an equation like you wanna just, oh, I'm so much bigger than him, I do it all the time. Dude, I hate when people say that too. Do it to who? Do it to who? Like the guy that's been here like 7 months, like who do you do it to? So like tell me mechanically the issues going on here. So if this hand comes up, I'm floating high in a push-up position. So I just told you before, you jam this thing down, and I ran that thing up so high up, for whatever reason, my hand transferred to this side, or in the course of him lifting me up, I go, huh, and I'm getting up in the air, right? And I butterflied this guy in, and we're like this, okay? I'm gonna really make this aggression to come really high up because I wanna clear this back leg many different ways. I told you the other day, I am not a fan of this, where this leg butterflies on the inside and I'm supposed to extend this. Unless we're Velcro together, I'm not clearing that leg, dude, right? So I wanna get into this habit that I'm gonna drive so high up this way to clear on the inside and come right back in, okay? But I'm clearing, but I really gotta clear at this point. I gotta get up here at this quadrant in a push-up position because this leg, I told you before, I'm not a fan. I know I've seen it in DVDs. Oof. You're gonna tell me you're gonna be on a butterfly to butterfly and somehow I'm supposed to push this leg through? I get it, I don't believe in it. So I'm up here on this butterfly seeing if I can cut left or right. So this far side leg is so high up here that I'm trying to clear it all the way over this way. But that's why I went up in a push-up, and that's why I floated so high up, because I can't do what I was doing before. Because if I drop this cut, he's coming behind me with this. So I better be so high up the line that my feet are so high up here that I can take this another direction. If for some reason things go bad, I'm like this, and he's driving up, and I go, oh, and now for some reason he turns into turn, and I'm butterflying, and I'm coming out. Now we're in these sequences that we were this morning on the drill class, right? So only thing somebody just asked me, hey, should I do that? And I'm not a big person. I'm okay with you floating so high up. I'm fine with that. If you know you're sequencing once a transition happens, because I should have been ear dropping behind a deltoid, I should have known it. And then what ends up happening is, this is what ends up happening. Guys will come in and they floated so high up. They're here. And now the guy comes to turtle and they're like this. And now the guy grabs onto their leg, grab onto my leg, and now he drives them back. And that's how this all looks. This is exactly, if you sit with me here, this is exactly how it'll look today. If I know, I'm not going to go through the sequencing on that. If you know your transfers after, I'm fine. I just told a story about Gordon Ryan. People say he made that guy Pedro Marino double gold adult black medalist. Really good. He made him look like he was a child. And what did he do technically? He didn't really do anything technically. His sensitivity and knowing where he's supposed to go was so amazing. It was awesome. It's like he knows the step before the guy makes the step. So so the reason I'm bringing it up is that he didn't have any grapevines. He didn't control the head. Like, he was trying to smother him. And that's an embarrassing tap to tap to. And at a high level, that really is. It's like you really tap to pressure, which, man, I know I would tap to his pressure because it's insane. Like, so I'm not, but hey, that's the big stage. That's different. That's the 1% of the 1%. So that's what he was trying to do. But the reason I bring it up is that Pedro tried to recover. Gordon just slid up to the corner spot. He knew where he had to go. No force, nothing. There was not, even when he turned, he just put the butterfly, he threw one inside, went on a quarter. No, very simple. And made the man look like he was a beginner. Like, if you wouldn't have known, you would have said, hey, how come they didn't give him somebody that was better? No, that guy was really good. Like, that guy was really good. So the reason I'm saying about the float passing, this is why I'm tying it to, if you're up here on the float, you got to know your transfers if you lose everywhere he goes. So most likely he's going to turn into you, because that's how you're going to be here. And he's going to turn. You got to know your drops. So you're not going like that, and now you're going into this big scramble. He grabs a leg, he dumps you over, and now you're going, man, Professor, I almost passed him. No, you didn't. You didn't come close, man. So that's why I say about the transfers. But let's go high. You're floating. You're going high up on a float. So now this is why I tell you, hey, sometimes this is going to come up. He's going to pick me up, and I'm going to base my hand. So I'm coming super high up because I want to clear from the outside on this side. Okay? And if for some reason it fails on the clear, I'm perfectly set for that butterfly to drop in here and drop my head here. If you come to turtle, right, I'm set. I'm good to go on my drops. Okay, guys? Let's partner and do it. Let's do it.